Australia is widely known as the fuck around and find out country when it comes to animals. But did you know Singapore also has its fair share of dangerous animals? Today, I'll be walking you through some of Singapore's wildest and most dangerous animals, even in the Green City, and what to do if you encounter them. First animal on this list are wild boars. Now, wild boars may be a bit of a surprise to people on this list, but these guys can get to 100 kilos in weight. They have really sharp tusks, and they're known to go out into suburban areas to look for food. Now, the most dangerous areas of these wild boars is the fact that they can total a car very quickly, and they have a very strong charge speed, which means that if you're not paying attention and you happen to cross one that's charging you, there's a very strong likelihood that you're in a lot of trouble. So, what do you do when you encounter one? First thing you really need to be doing is be calm and move away from the boar. If you're in a spot where you can't do that, you still need to be really calm and try not to make sudden movements by yeeting your way out of there, because the boar is probably going to be faster than you running. Second part is, if you have food on you, drop it and leave it alone. Now, this also means that if you're having food around you in areas that are like mine, forested behind you, you don't leave the food and scraps out in the open, because this is where boars will come out. They are maybe looking for food in their native habitat and go, this is an easy dinner. And suddenly you've got boars in suburban areas they're not meant to be. The second most dangerous animal, which may come to a shock to you, is the otters. Now, the otters here in Singapore might be small and cute, but they act like a mafia gang. There's 2 times that I've seen in my experience here in Singapore that showcases why they're so vicious and dangerous. The first is, these guys have gang wars. I'll show you a quick clip of this. They'll charge at each other like Captain America Civil War, and it's ridiculous because it is a full frontal attack on each other. Now, they not only will do that to other otters, but they have been known to attack other people as well. In 2021, there was a man going for a run in the Botanic Gardens, and essentially something he must have done while running must have upset them, and these otters gang attacked this man and essentially put him in the hospital for a few weeks. So just because they look cute and cuddly doesn't mean they're there for friendly cuddle times. So keep your wits about you around otters. They're there to be observed, not to be touched. The next animal on this list might come as a surprise, but Singapore has both the king cobra and the black spitting cobra. You know, the one that Steve Irwin got straight to the face at one of those episodes and essentially poisoned him, so he had to wash the venom out? That's the cobras that they have here in Singapore as well. Now, are you gonna find them in the middle of the city? Maybe not, but they have been known to come into some of the suburban areas that are near the big wood and forest areas too. So Singapore is a very green city, which means that even when you're in some of the densely populated spots, you might be next to a rainforest, which means that those cobras can come in whenever they want. So just keep your wits about you. Again, don't have a lot of food out when you're living in these areas and you'll be fine. They're more scared of you than they are of it. But keep in mind 2 things. Their venom is incredibly toxic. And if you don't have eyewear and that spitting cobra gets you in the eyes, it's really difficult, unlike a snake bite where you can just wrap it up and go to the hospital. The moment venom's in your eyes, you are blind and you have to figure out how to get to a hospital without your eyesight. And don't forget, there's a snake in front of you at the same time. So, dangerous animals in Singapore, right on this list. The next dangerous animal on this list, monkeys. Man, monkeys piss me off here. Now, I originally thought, oh man, monkeys, they're cute and cuddly, they're awesome. Monkeys. You know what? See this height here? This is not safe from monkeys. These guys will come in packs and they will just climb up and decide, this is my home now, and they will just take food and stuff and run away. Now, look, it's nowhere near as bad as what you see in, let's say, Thailand, where the monkeys are, up to your waist and they are built, but these guys are small, agile, and they know how to get food. So keep in mind, they won't be afraid to bite you, and they will come in packs. So if you see monkeys, keep your belongings tight and make sure you are not in their way, because they have been known to attack people, especially those that make eye contact. One of the animals that gives me a lot of fear when I'm out swimming is one that people don't normally realize, is the box jellyfish. Now, These guys are seasonal, and we have them back home in Australia up in the north area. So my favourite place is a place called Port Douglas in Queensland, has them all the time throughout the summer. We get them in our monsoon seasons. Box jellyfish are probably one of the most dangerous jellyfish in the world. If the jellyfish is longer than the length of a football and you get stung by one, you can be dead within 90 seconds. That's how dangerous these guys are. Now, luckily or unluckily, based on your perception of Singapore, there's only 3 beaches you can actually swim in here. And a lot of them are very protected. They have a lot of natural remedies to make sure that these box jellies don't come into the beach. So most of the time, you're gonna be pretty safe. But keep in mind, if you do decide to swim in open water somewhere, keep yourself covered if you're outside of the beaches, and make sure that you have people around you that can help you if you do get stung, because once you get stung, you're generally immobilized very quickly. And a lot of people don't realize that, how much these box jellyfish are around here, in the same way that they don't realize box jellyfish are in Thailand and in other places in Southeast Asia. And the last dangerous animal, my favorite of them all, the crocodile. And not only a crocodile, the saltwater crocodile. These guys are cool, and believe it or not, they are found everywhere in Singapore. Northwest is obviously the biggest place in the wetlands where they grow. There's about 50 to 60 of them from what they've estimated. But we've actually had lots of sightings of crocodiles all throughout the coastal areas of Singapore and in the drains. So just because you may think they're on the northwest doesn't mean they're not in the water. So keep your wits about you. These guys can get up to 4 to 5 meters long. They have been known to attack tourists in other countries. I don't think we've ever seen them happen here in Singapore, or it's just not reported. But keep your wits about you, because they're very territorial animals, and they will go for you if they think that you're marking that territory. I will do a video eventually of finding crocodiles in Singapore, and we will go to those areas and I'll show you them, but that's for another time. Have a great day and enjoy finding these dangerous animals away. Don't find these animals in the wild. Don't go looking for them, unless you're a bit crazy like me. Enjoy.